Hello everybody, it's Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon to join our Discord server. It is fully Patreon only, like all of the goodies are in there, so like go get them, I guess. Anyway, this is a paid Patreon video that Aaron requested us to do. It is about Yang and the Relic of Knowledge. So this theory basically says that because Yang got the Relic of Knowledge at the end of Volume 5, the Relic will only work for Yang, and this is important for them to get it first, and that's what, like, why it was important for her to grab it first, basically, like, instead of Raven, because the Relic will only, like, maybe work for one person at a time, like, whoever grabs it first, it'll, you know, go and do the thing. So, that's what it sounds like here. That could be why Yang started to cry. Like, stared at it for a while and broke down crying. They say that knowledge is power, and now Yang has the Relic of Knowledge. Perhaps the Relic links to the person who obtains it. In this case, it was Yang. She reaches for it first, so perhaps only Yang can unlock its power, if she hasn't already. Perhaps it has given Yang some knowledge we don't know about, and that is why she also started crying. So it's not just because we did a video on, like, how it's about Raven, and that, like, she's sort of... that Yang is finally, like, submitting herself to sort of Ozpin if she takes the Relic, like, all of that stuff, right? So this could be another reason, because the Relic, like, gave her ideas that she didn't know before, and so she was like, that's not good, and started crying.
It's like, I feel everything.
Right. The Relic also gave a glow when Yang touched it, then Yang breaks down. This doesn't happen when Yang passes the Relic on to Crow. How fitting it is that Yang, of all people who never questioned anything, was always happy and never doubted, would get the Relic of Knowledge to learn the truth. I believe that Yang holds the key to all the answers. I really like this idea. Because there's a couple things here. So, like, Yang always questioned about Raven, right? She was always searching for her mother. And other than that, Yang didn't really doubt in Ozpin or anything. But, like, since Volume 4, she's been questioning everything, right? She's been questioning Blake, she's been questioning her dad, she's been questioning RWBY, she's been questioning Ozpin, she questioned Raven again, right? So she used to be someone who never really, like, questioned the adults around her other than, like, Raven, let's say, right? But now, like, that's all changed for her, and now she finally has the Relic, which will give her the answers that she's looking for, right? And I feel like that's not ironic, but it's good symbolism, right? Because all she said to Blake, I was searching for answers, right? When she went out looking for Raven as a child. Now she has the Relic of Knowledge. Like, it connects very well to it. And it also gives Yang, like, a very interesting role. Because, like, if she's the only one that can use the Relic of Knowledge now, if she's captured or something by Salem, like, Salem will have to sort of make a deal with her, if that makes sense. Like, Salem will have to be careful not to hurt her. Right? Because she's the only one that can use it at this moment, right? So yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that's a good idea in terms of, like, again, like we said, the fact that she was searching for answers when it came to Raven, and now she has the most powerful thing in the world that can probably give her all the answers she wants. As for, like, maybe why she started crying, imagine if she was thinking in her head, like, if her mom loved her, and the Relic was like... no. Like, what if the Relic just, like, it was in her head, you know what I mean? Like, no, but seriously, like, what if that's what happens? You know what I mean? Like, why, like, what if she touches it, and that's what she's thinking in that moment, and so the Relic relays that information to her, and is like, no, your mom doesn't love you, and Yang's just like, excuse me, and so she starts crying. Like, that's awful, but at the same time, like, I really like it. And I think her getting the Relic in the first place just really connects with her character so well that it's almost frightening. And so for this to be an addition on top of that, that she's the only one that can use it, that she's sort of their key to victory, and that she'll know all these things. And maybe she can still go on and confront Ozpin behind the scenes. Like, you know, maybe Ozpin will get worried now because Yang's the one with the Relic, and so he has to make sure that Yang doesn't, like, you know, trash him, right? And yeah, I really like this. I think this was a great idea, so good job, Aaron. And for functionality in the show, like, if she can ask it anything she wants, I wonder if she'll ask about Blake or something. And, like, maybe how Blake feels and things.
We still don't even really know what it does.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. So, Aaron, I think, is saying that here, you think about something and it answers the question for you. Like, I think that's sort of what Aaron's getting across if it glowed, like, right, and told her something. Like, yeah, like a genie.
The square root of, man, I wish I had that in high school.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that's sort of what Aaron's saying, because he said that, like, the Relic started glowing when she touched it, right? So that could have been it answering a question for her, and she only could hear it, or she could only understand it, or something. I think that would be cool. And so, like, maybe she should start, like, using it for selfish reasons, and Ozpin could scald her. So, like, she asks, like, she... like, basically asks it to, like, get back at Blake. Not get back at Blake, but, like, you know, to find out how Blake feels about things.
How do I get a cat girlfriend, Oracle?
You know what I mean? So it would be kind of like, you know, relic of knowledge. How does Blake really feel about leaving me? You know what I mean? Right? And Ozpin can be like, hey, listen, like, I feel you, but you're not supposed to use it like that. And Yang could be like, and he'll be like, with great power comes great responsibility, Spider-Man. Is that from Spider-Man?
Yes, that's from Spider-Man.
Okay, good. Just making sure, you never know. I can be wrong about stuff once in a while, but this time I wasn't. Like, good job, us, right? And so I feel like that would work out really well, and I feel like that Yang should be like, if you're not careful, I'm gonna expose you, and Ozpin's like, okay, like, how about, you can ask it whatever you want, sweetie, you know what I mean? Like, for him to do that, I just think that would be funny.
I mean, it's the knowledge, but then it's just like, how do we defeat Salem? And, like, it takes away a lot of the mystery, and I mean, it's kind of, I always like.
I'm sure you can't just ask it complex questions, like, this may be a yes or no question sort of relic, like, it's probably not like, how can we defeat Salem? It's probably more like,
like, it'll
you know,
speak back to you in riddles.
Maybe, or like, yes or no question. So like, does my mom love me? Like I gave as an example, it would just tell her no. Right? Because if that's what she was thinking about when she picked it up, like maybe that's it. Or maybe it's like Doctor Strange can see like thousands or a million possibilities or whatever. Like all of the knowledge just flooded into Yang's head, so she started to cry.
Yeah, because have you ever seen Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
No.
Because there's a scene where a woman, like, she talks to aliens and she's like, what do you want? I'm like, I want all of the knowledge. All of it. And she gets all the knowledge and she, like, loses her shit.
Because
she's like,
she
it's
can't
too
handle
much.
it?
It's too much. Yes.
But what is the knowledge?
We never learned. So maybe, I don't know.
Does Yang know about the gods?
No, I guess she doesn't.
I don't remember if Raven said that. I don't remember if Ozpin talked about that either. No, I think Ozpin may have mentioned it.
You know what would be cool?
Casually.
It would be cool if that, like in that Raven conversation, they got a different version of the God story.
Well,
that made Salem look like
that's
a good
back
person.
to our what if video, right?
Yeah.
About what Raven would tell them.
That would be cool.
Rip. But
Too
yeah.
bad they didn't do that. Anyways.
This kind of begs the question, though, who would get the other relics? Because I think for all of Team RWBY to have all the relics is kind of cliche, just like all of them having the maiden powers, like that would be annoying.
But
so
it's
don't do
also
that.
somewhat cliche that, I mean, first of all, we don't even know who has the current maiden powers, and or Cinder's maiden powers.
Yeah.
But we also don't really know.
Because, like, for all 4 girls to get all 4 powers, like, that's lame. You know what I mean? Like, that's just...
It's also kind of cliche to have, like, and then the magical ring / Horcrux /
Well, we
whatever.
can't do anything about that. It's already done.
Makes you
Like,
evil.
You know
so
what I mean?
I'm like, I would be cool if it affected you somehow, but I don't know
Well,
how
I feel like
they
that's
would
how it would affect Yang, not
Yeah.
like that it turns evil like the crown and Gnome out of nowhere, but that Yang keeps asking things and she keeps getting answers, and sometimes, like, you know how people are like that they want to read people's minds.
Yes, but
you know,
you don't
but then you
actually
don't
wanna
you
read-
don't want to read people's
You don't want to
minds.
know what people are actually
Yeah, so
thinking.
that's how it would, because everything comes with a price, right? Having mind reading means that you know every bad thing that somebody's thinking about you in the moment. That ruins somebody, like, that ruins your relationship with someone, I'm sure, right? I would still want it anyway. I don't talk about that.
You don't want it. You do not want it.
You think you do!
You think you want it, Cal. You don't actually want it, Cal.
Yeah. So, right, like, that's, you know, that's something, right? So, I feel like it's not going to turn her evil or anything, but because you have that sort of
Or,
power,
like-
the power turns you evil by itself.
Or like, this is
You
a
know what I
mild
mean?
spoiler for Tales of Symphonia, but the character Colette becomes an angel in that game.
Okay.
It's weird and complex.
Okay.
And there's a famous scene where she's like, I made you hot coffee, Colette. I'm like, oh, yes, it's such wonderful hot coffee. I'm like, I lied, it's actually cold coffee. Oh, burr, I lied. It's actually hot coffee. Because she's lost, like, her feeling of temperature, she's becoming less human.
Oh, dear.
So it's maybe something like that with Yang as well. where
But I
it's just
feel like I don't want the relic to do that on purpose. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Or
I
just-
want it to be by virtue of having knowledge, you're suddenly
Different.
different, right? Like, that's how I want it to be, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's like the mind reading thing. Mind reading in itself doesn't hurt you, but
Just
it's
some-
what you learn when
Yes.
you read people's minds.
It's like or like, what if she, like, learns that, like, we can't do this, like, it's hopeless, like,
Yeah. Something like that. Just something to break her mind, you know what I mean?
Yes. To break her mind? That's fucked up out of context.
I hope...
Or, like, it's like you're never the same the second you realize global warming's gonna kill us all. Like, the second... Like, you may understand...
Or if you found out that God was real all of a sudden. Like...
Or maybe
if
the
you
second...
knew for sure.
Or the
like,
second
you
you
know
become
an
atheist. Like, there's many versions of this, where the second you... Or, like, the second you learn
Like,
that,
what if you learned
like,
right
your
now, like, for a
boyfriend's
fact...
cheating on you.
That...
Cal, your boyfriend's cheating on you. No.
That, for a fact... Like, aliens created the Earth or something like that. Like, as a factual...
Like that South Park episode?
Like, I don't know, like ancient aliens, right? It's
Ancient
just like, there's a
aliens.
lot of versions of this. Or like, what if you guys found out that Hunter and I weren't real and we were just AI? Like,
That
we
would
were
be-
very
we're
complex
Google's
AI.
most complex... like, they made two AIs and they were assholes. And they're like, all they want to do is talk about RWBY. What can we
I
put
have something to
these
show
AIs
you
to?
guys with the Google Assistant, but I'll do it in another video because we gotta wrap stuff up. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this theory. I think this is really good, Aaron. If you guys want to request a video, you can become a $10 patron and request 3 videos a month. But if you just want to join our Discord server, it's only $1. So we will see you guys later. Bye, guys!